4.1 billion pesos, the Confidential and Intelligence Funds or CIF of the executive branch is less than 1% of the proposed 5.768 trillion peso budget for 2024. But lawmakers have made an issue out of it because of the difficulty even of the Commission on Audit to check how concerned agencies use the fund. At front and center in budget debates at the House of Representatives, the CIF of the Office of the Vice President and Education Department, both under Vice President Sara Duterte, totaling 650 million pesos. Opposition lawmakers also grilled Duterte over the 125 million peso CIF received by her office in the last quarter of 2022 from the Budget Department's contingent fund.
Meron po tayong issue na dapat na pakinggan ng ating taong bayan at masagot ng Office of the Vice President. So, Madam Chair, kaya talagang kailangan maipaliwanag itong 125 million.
Considering the universe of shortages in the Department of Education, which would need adequate funding, Madam Secretary, would you voluntarily withdraw your request for confidential funds in the Department of Education?
We leave it to the discretion of the members of the House of Representatives and the Senate, the wisdom of granting confidential funds to the Department of Education.
During plenary debates, lawmakers learned from COA that the OVP spent its 125 million peso confidential fund in less than 2 weeks.
Tinanong ko po ang COA at tinignan ko po ang mga iba't ibang mga reports. Pero hindi po ito nagastos sa loob ng 19 days, kung hindi 11 days po.
The House leadership unanimously decided to realign over 1.2 billion pesos in confidential funds from 5 civilian offices to agencies focused on the West Philippine Sea, such as the Philippine Coast Guard and National Security Council. The OVP and DepEd were among the agencies stripped of secret funds. The Vice President eventually withdrew her request for confidential funds when the budget bill reached the Senate plenary.
Hindi na po itutuloy ng Office of the Vice President ang original na mungkahi para sa confidential funds. Bakit? Dahil po nakikita natin na talagang may tendency magkawatak-watak o magiging divisive itong issue na ito.
The bicameral conference panel adopted the House decision to scrap confidential funds from the OVP, DepEd, and other civilian agencies. On the other hand, it retained the 4.5 billion peso confidential and intelligence funds for the Office of the President. As a result of the CIF controversy, the 2024 budget will not allow the contingent fund to be spent for confidential items. With the budget ironed out, it is up to Congress to make sure agencies would spend funds wisely. Xianne Arcangel, CNN Philippines.